Hello everyone, Addict here. Today I want to talk about an injustice because there is a brand new Elder Scrolls V Skyrim mod that's gonna come out within the next few months and no one is talking about it. And they should, except the people in the Owl Archive Discord server. This is a crime. We must fix this because it comes from a very credible mod author. It has the lore that we all love and crave for, and it is something we all need. So I present to you DAC0DA. DAC0DA isn't just a street way of saying the Coda, but it is also the brand new mod coming from the author of Vicn, Glenmoril, and Unslad. Why isn't anyone talking about this mod? Well, no one is talking about this mod because the author of the mod only makes updates in his own blog, and the people who read this blog are exactly me and 10 other people from the Owl Archive Discord server. This is a mistake because DAC0DA is shaping up to be a treat for any Elder Scrolls player who's interested in the more esoteric parts of the lore. It completely departs from the more vanilla Elder Scrolls lore and it focuses mostly on micro-Kerpride concepts. And I'm talking the really bizarre concepts. The mod itself takes place in a massive map that is broken into 4 separate areas. We don't know everything about those areas yet, but what we do know is most certainly mind-blowing. I'm talking about concepts that have no business being together, being shoved together in the same area. For example, the area that you're seeing on screen right now is in fact Atmora, but with a huge Numidium in it. And this is Neonthras, the capital of the Sloats, but after it was drained by Menemarco. I believe that the overall concept is that these are areas from different Kalpas shoved into one, which sounds awesome. If you are someone who isn't familiar with these concepts or aren't familiar with the micro-Kerpride style of Elder Scrolls lore, I highly recommend you watch my Coda video. That should fill you in on all the things that will come and all the things that I'm about to say next. So if you remember in that video, we talked about the 7 fights of DAC0DA and how different parts from different Kalpas can make it to the next Kalpa and interact with other pieces of the world that were left behind during another time of ending. Well, I believe that the principles of the 7 fights of DAC0DA play out in this mod. It's different places of the world from different Kalpas mashed into one. That concept alone sounds awesome. But if me pitching this idea to you doesn't quite sell you on it yet, then I believe that the pictures I'm showing you on screen right now should probably sell you on it. And even if this hasn't sold you on this mod, then I am here to tell you that although we don't know each and every single character that will be present in this mod, we do have confirmation that Menemarco, the Underking, Wolfhearth, and Abnathan will make an appearance in this mod. All of these characters are essential figures in the Elder Scrolls franchise. I mean, come on, Wolfhearth and the Underking alone are like 2/3 of Talos, and the Numidium looks absolutely stunning. I could read to you some of the plot points that the mod author has in store for this mod, but I don't want to spoil anyone, so I'm just gonna put some updates on screen right now. If you want to read them, here you go, but bear in mind that the English is pretty bad. I understand that perhaps some of you might be a bit skeptical because the mod seems to be mashing together a bunch of different ideas, but I can assure you that I have full faith in this mod. Why is that? The mod author has even went out of his way to play a lot of ESO quests again, just to learn how to represent these characters. Now that's a sacrifice. And given that this is the same person who came up with Vicn, Glenmoril, and Unslad, I'd say we will be eating good. Speaking of those mods, DAC0DA takes place after Vicn, but before Glenmoril, which is the best place it could possibly fit in the entire trilogy, because of course of a little reason that you're seeing on screen right now. I understand that a lot of people found my channel because of the Vicn trilogy, which is why I'm so excited for this mod, and for good reason. It is an extremely well written trilogy. I will for sure cover it on the channel. Of course, I do expect DAC0DA to be filled with the usual Vicn trilogy references. You know, bards, owls, existential dread. And here's where I want to talk about something different. A lot of people obviously want to see the ending of Glenmoril, and they want to see the entire trilogy done and voice acted. But the simple matter of fact is that we don't know the full story yet. In fact, get this, the mod author isn't sure about the full story yet. At some point the mod author did list the endings they wanted for Glenmoril, but even then, the mod author was completely willing to put everything on pause to make sure that Ithelia's story lines up perfectly with those endings. Of course, that turned out to be a fumble because Ithelia's story is in fact a fumble, but I want to thank Ithelia for a very special reason. Thank you, Ithelia, for you see, the mod author stopped working on Glenmoril just because he wanted to integrate Italia into the trilogy. And while he was waiting for Italia to come out, he began working on DAC0DA. But now that Italia has come out and contradicts every single aspect of Michael Kirkbride lore, nothing she says actually matters, and we're left with DAC0DA anyway. So thank you, Italia, for being incredibly overhyped and also extremely unassuming. And I'm saying all this to suggest that things can change, and as a matter of fact, they have been changing. Originally, the Vicn trilogy had absolutely nothing to do with Korra, and now it is one of the best Korra works out there, and there are things that we just don't have the answers for yet. In fact, if you remember my Glenmoril explanation video, there are some subjects that I blatantly just skip because we don't know the answers yet, and I don't know how DAC0DA is gonna blend in with those answers, but what I do know is that DAC0DA will be awesome. So, get hyped. We have a brand new Vicn mod coming out, which, according to Vicn, is supposed to come out either during August or September of this year. But given that these things do drag on sometimes, I wouldn't be surprised if it comes out as late as October, which still isn't very far away. And given that, from what I've seen, a lot of people have voiced complaints about the lack of big mods coming out this year, this should be a pleasant surprise. And I will leave the link to Vicn's blog in the description below. However, bear in mind that it is not a secure link, and I don't know why. I will also leave the link to the Owl Archive Discord server in the description below if you want to get your updates from there. And, well, get hyped! There is a brand new Vicn mod coming out this very year, and I couldn't be more excited about it, and so should you. And with that update out of the way, thank you for watching. Nerim video coming out sometime in the next 2 weeks, hopefully. And with all that being said, bye bye. No. You don't understand. The real more I look forward to this year is, of course, Rick More of Tamriel. But, I gotta play it up for the camera, for the free views.